everybody. It's 11:11. We're live. So we are heading down the Jersey Shore, as you can see a little over there, on our way to Cape May.
Yeah. So, what are we talking about today?
You just thought about saltwater versus freshwater you wanted to talk about, even though we only got 75 days till the Freedom Boat Killer Festival,
Oh my
y'all.
God, right? That's what I was saying. I wanted to talk about this whole new experience of living on the ocean and being on the ocean for so long. It's been a week for us now.
Since we hit the Hudson, yeah.
I don't think I found Hudson, but no, it's been only a few days. And I definitely see the difference living on Great Lakes or living on lakes and rivers near the rivers, and living on the ocean. Oh my God, guys, it's a totally different experience. It's like a different world here. So, and the reason I'm saying that is that um, the structure of the salt water, the ocean water, is so much different um, um, in comparison to the lake fresh water. And you can even see it's just the fractals and also the physical structure of it, in terms of the salt. You see so much salt in it. So our boat is right now covered with salt. So it's good for the boat or not, but
You
it's
have to
not the
wash it
topic
off
of the
weekly.
day.
Wash it off weekly. You'll be fine.
So, and the air is absolutely different. It's just, I am amazed how fresh the air is.
That we finally got a breeze where it's blowing a little more from the sea instead of the city blowing at us.
I actually can breathe now. I was not able to breathe, I think,
Your whole life.
my whole life. It was just, it's wow. Yeah, so anyway, I see the difference in people as well, because people are more relaxed, more courageous, more outgoing when they live close to the ocean, and that's what I noticed. And living by the water lakes is great too, but this is like a different layer.
The waves are different.
The waves! Oh my God, tell about the waves, honey.
Okay, like Lake Erie.
Yeah.
You have a 6-foot wave on the ocean, it might take you a quarter mile to go over top the wave and then back down. You know, it smooths it out. In Lake Erie, it's like.
Oh yeah, and that makes it very uncomfortable because your boat's like it's like water like this all the time. Here it's slow. It's like
Yeah, it's much more of a comfortable ride.
yes.
Like even when we were in the 5 to 10-foot waves the first day.
Yes, it was not as bad. I actually didn't realize how big the waves were. Because,
They're spread out.
I was also a little bit not terrified, but a little bit. Oh, this is the first time in the ocean, and it's the waves are not as painful, but I could still.
It was not a comfortable.
Oh, here's what it is. I know, guys. Here's what it is. When you're sailing on the ocean, or a motor, actually, you're going to sail on it. Motor sail. But when you're on the ocean and you don't look right, you can feel the smoothness of the boat going along the way, right? But when you look out and you see how the wave is formed and the magnificence of it, it's just like so vast. That big wave, how it's forming on the surface. And that's why it feels like it's flowy as opposed to choppy. But then when it's 5 to 10 feet wave and you look and you see this wave forming, I was like, oh my God. And I decided to look away because I thought it's going to like hit us and it's going to be very uncomfortable, like what happened on Lake Erie or Lake Michigan, to be exact.
Lake Michigan was at 10 to 12 foot cross section. And they had and for your sailors, like, okay, there's 2 parts of the wave. You have the height and then you have the period.
Yes.
So the period for a 10 to 12-foot wave, cross-sectional waves at 3 seconds versus 9 to 12 seconds is, waves hit you bang, 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 bang versus.
Yes. Yes. So that's the experience as of now with the ocean and sailing on the ocean versus the freshwater lakes, rivers. But anyhow, so and then I'm thinking about that, and then we're talking about flotilla as well, the event itself, the festival itself. So where are we going?
So, New Atlantis Developments is, our business is putting on this flotilla and working on gathering everybody up. And Florida, we were just talking to some fun people yesterday that their tender was trying to go from their boat to get a better picture of the QR code.
Yeah.
They took their little tender out and the engine died, so we helped rescue that.
So adorable, and I've seen somebody struggling, and I'm telling Jedi, go see Vinny Powell, right? Because they were one is trying to row and the other stuck the engine. I was like, whoa, there's a lot of commotion going on. So anyhow, Jedi stopped out, and
we threw a line out for them once
yes,
they got close. They got their engine running and everything was all good. But they told me about some giant, 10,000 plus pound pillars off the coast of Florida that are supposedly part of the original Atlantis. So hopefully we're going to get to check those out.
I can't wait to be there to check that out. I might buy tender, of course. We're not going to check boat. We're going to anchor from a distance and plan it out tender, go and check out this.
But, with a lot of the stories, Atlantis was in the Atlantic and it was a vast continent.
Yeah.
So when you look at the Azore Plateau, Atlantis was going all the way from the Azores all the way here to Florida and the Bahamas before the Younger Dryas, 12 and a half to 13,000 years ago or whatever it was.
And the funny thing that, I don't know, we have actually, it's a side topic quickly. We have a library downstairs because on both sides of cabinets, and we always read. We've always been like that, actually. So anyway, and this book flew out on my shelf, right on my side.
So close so they can see it.
Oh, so it's the Atlantis and Lemuria. I was like, oh, how interesting. As we're on the Atlantic Ocean, supposedly that's where the Atlantis was, on the Atlantic Ocean, that's where they described. And then there's some pillars that are popping out, and this book is just flying out for me to read it.
And hold on. What's the name at the top? Because that's a very important name.
So the name of the book is Atlantis and Lemuria.
No. The name at the top. You're leaving out the most important part.
Yes. Edgar Cayce's Atlantis and Lemuria. And some people who don't know who is Edgar Cayce.
He's known as the Sleeping Prophet. Right? He told about ancient cultures and the accuracy of his predictions. It's eerily scary how accurate he's been. And the more time goes on, the more and more things get proven because he gave out, vast timelines and something. Yeah, so he predicted things that we've been talking and some other people talking. The bullshit, read the Adam and Eve story too as well. But there's a remaining subtitle of this book is The Lost Civilizations in the Light of Modern Discoveries by Frank Joseph. So Frank Joseph is the writer. But it's just, we know that this planet is not new. Right? And people have been on the planet a long time. Longer than we can even recollect, or the mainstream books. Civilizations have risen and fallen. That's true. Whether you're talking about more modern things like Rome and England, or Canada, soon to be.
Yes.
Or you go back to the ancient. You know, you got the Sumerian, you have the Atlantean, you have the Lemurian, and things that are not allowed to be in the history books because it doesn't follow their narrative.
But anyhow, so what we are, I feel like we're going back to the roots of where the
Civilization started.
ancient civilizations began. And that's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago.
Well, yeah, supposedly the story is Thoth the Atlantean is the one who built the Great Pyramids like 36,000 years ago.
Yeah. But, so go back to the flotilla.
Yep, 75 days, 2.5 months. Oh my God, it's getting close already.
So our goal is to unite like-minded people.
Yeah, do you like voting? Do you believe in freedom? Boom, boom, let's go.
Yes. So we want the like-minded people, and
We're going after the Guinness World Records, the 4,200. So.
I love voters. I seriously love voting. Everywhere we go, to these beautiful marinas in New Jersey and Alcott, and even Dunkirk, New York, they were beautiful people, and it's just. It's on the water. People have boats. People are more relaxed. People are more outgoing. People just want to socialize and really have fun.
Like the farmers, they're ungovernable.
Yes, or farmers, they want to grow and have just be left alone, have their upgrades, and just live life, sustainable, live
self-reliant.
Together. And the key word is living together in harmony. Harmony.
But you still got to start at the individual level and take personal responsibility. So at the very least, you're not a burden to your community.
Well, and everybody going through all those things. We all have Dark Night of the Soul experiences. If somebody doesn't know what Dark Night of the Soul is, when you're faced with some kind of trauma and fear, and this is the moment where you rise or you fell or you fall. And you're stuck in fear and you live in fear all your life. So we want those who went through the Dark Night of the Soul moments, who've grown, who are relying on themselves, and who are really authentic human beings. This is who we want to attend our flotilla. And even those who are curious, maybe, what it is like and what it is, and why we're doing this, you're curious about it, I want you to come too.
Yeah. You are all sovereign human beings. You don't have to let anybody lord over you. You get to make your own choices in your own life as long as you take your personal responsibility for the consequences of your actions.
Absolutely. And if all of us take responsibility for our actions and even thoughts, or even today, I had a moment where I was not treating Jerry sweetly. I mean, I took responsibility. I said, no, this is not the way, and let's not stop, and that's how we grow. We need to observe how we behave. But anyway, so that's lesson for another day. We're in the floating flotilla.
Yep, 75 days. Make sure you're on your plan.
Days, guys,
if you're like us, you're on a sailboat, get your provisions, get going, start sailing now, because it's going to take you a while to get there unless you're already in Florida.
Yeah, so make sure you have your trash dispensary, so you're but I know you're responsible human being, so you'll treat Mother Nature right.
So
anyway, so
we'll see you again tomorrow.
See you again, guys.
11/11.